Hello, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today is May 5th, 2025, and we're going to take an in-depth look at NZDUSD, analyzing the latest news and the charts to determine potential trading opportunities. First, let's delve into the current events. Recent news indicates that NZD/USD has been rising due to a softer US dollar and that US-China trade talks are in focus. We're also seeing live analysis indicating a strong rise and a break above the 0.5940 resistance level. Additionally, Asian stocks have hit a one-month high, and U.S. stock futures rose after China revealed it is reviewing trade policies. The U.S. dollar and treasuries are acting as high-beta assets to risk sentiment and remain highly vulnerable to further sell-offs. Now, let's move on to the chart data and see how this news correlates. Here we are looking at the daily chart for NZDUSD. Looking back to late 2023 and early 2024, we can see a period of consolidation before a downtrend kicked in. The price found a low near 0.47 around January 2025 before starting to recover. The trend since the start of 2025 has mostly been upwards, and recent candles are reflecting that. We can see some consolidation around the 0.60 level, but there has generally been progress upwards, currently approaching 0.62, where we can see a previous high in June of 2024. If we can break above this level, it would be very bullish for NZDUSD. Now, let's look at a shorter time frame, the 1-hour chart, to see if we can confirm this uptrend. Compared to the daily chart, we can narrow in on some more specific price levels and get a feel for how it might act day to day. Looking at the 1-hour chart from April 15th, we can see that price action was relatively flat, and it would have been hard to predict it would turn into an uptrend a couple of weeks later. As we look to trade NZDUSD in the short term, and based on the previous support level mentioned and the news indicating a potential trade deal between the US and China, a bullish outlook may be warranted. Look for a break above the previous consolidation level to indicate stronger confirmation of the upward trend. If it fails to break that level, a period of consolidation may be expected. However, the recent high of 0.60442 could act as a near-term resistance level. Now, let's look at the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart can be useful for setting entries and exits when day trading. We can see some smaller candles and can use these to get an idea of near-term support and resistance levels. As you can see, based on this small sample of data, the price tends to fluctuate between 0.593 and 0.594. To summarize, important price levels to watch are the recent high of 0.60442, the consolidation range near 0.60, and the previous high from last June near 0.62. A break above 0.62 would be very bullish for NZDUSD. Based on the news and recent chart data, a bullish outlook appears to be warranted. A potential trade deal between the US and China would likely further reinforce this upward trend. The short term, near 0.60, may provide some periods of consolidation before breaking through higher levels. Thank you for tuning in to Explain the Charts. Be sure to subscribe for more chart analysis.